Warhammer is even more depressing than anything I've ever seen or heard or read. So it's perfect. It's perfectly depressing. So from what I was understanding, last stream we went to that planet, the prison planet, whatever it was called. I guess we went there a little bit too early. Because it was difficult. That boss fight was difficult. So people were surprised how I only have 3 people in my party during that fight. And this is probably why I was losing. So let's go to the other one now. Let me see. We got a bunch of stuff during the last fight. I want to see if what I can equip. Armor authority 30, dodge penalty same. Yeah, I could wear this. What else? Mantle of Heroism. It requires iconoclast follower. Oh, I think I can wear this. Wait, which is mine? Mine is +5 fellowship for each enemy in a 2-cell radius, or each heroic act used in battle increases the wearer's dodge by +20% till the end of combat. Yeah, mine Irene can wear this. Oh wait, they all can. Ah, no. She's a heretic. Like, so 100% heretic. She can't. And our sister here is dogmatic. What is she called? Dogmatic? Heroic act. I don't use many heroic acts. Which I totally forgot about last battle. I didn't use any heroic acts. You guys need to remind me. Oh, what is that? Noble sword. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. Well, maybe I should give it to somebody who's better with melee weapons, like Abelard Daddy. Oh wait, this one. Right? Of course. Yeah, let's give it to him. Yeah, I think he's worthy of wearing a noble sword. How can I disable the helmet? Oh my god, he looks so silly in it. A diviner's staff. Oh, so we have a lightning, and this one does consign, heroic act, consign, desperate measure, consign. What's that? The wielder gains consignability. The ability is also available. How do I read where? How do I? I can't. I will do this when we have all our party members. Right? She will have it equipped, and it will appear on her taskbar. I even googled last stream if Abelard was romanceable, because I was starting to develop feelings for him, but no. And he said that he was a widower or whatever. He's like, I have kids, I have 100 grandkids, and I was like, yeah, but that's not what I'm asking. Do you have like somebody? And he's like, no, not anymore. And I was like, yes, okay. And no, we googled and he's not romanceable, so don't tell me who is romanceable. I don't want it spoiled. But we are ready for any orders, Lord Captain. Okay, so my order would be to go. How do I choose where to go? Okay, so yeah, so we went to Ricadiphilia last time, when we should have probably started with Urak V5. 5V? I don't know. And then wait, there's Menoris, there's Majoris, and there's the unidentified void ship that I am scared of. Let's go over here, right? Yeah. Lord Captain, sorry to disturb you. Vegas pauses as if listening to something. It's pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I think I hear Master Versarian's voice. In any case, I wanted to warn you in advance. Oh, okay, then we have to go back. Wait, this happened on our way to... Right? We haven't to our destination. Okay, Abelard. The everyday sounds of the bridge are disrupted by voices raised in anger. Abelard's voice is the loudest of all. This is not the conduct of an officer. These are the antics of a high-born brat out on a lark. Explain yourself, Lieutenant. Avrila Vent. The young woman standing before Abelard strives with all her might not to quail under the onslaught of her superior's anger. She falters, but then manages to look him in the eye and say, I apologize, sir, but I must speak to the Lord Captain. Very well, Lieutenant. You may address the Lord Captain, not least because I see you have already seen fit to disturb her. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge and display of belligerence towards a higher-ranking officer will be logged on your personal file without delay. Lord Captain, Lieutenant Avril Event, requesting permission to speak. Then falls silent, then adds rashly, on a matter of extreme importance and urgency. I will listen to what you have to say. Speak, Lieutenant. You may speak, but I want to hear a report, not a shouting match. Having two officers bickering in full view of the bridge is unacceptable. I will not tolerate this kind of conduct on my ship. Abelard, assign the lieutenant an appropriate punishment. Lieutenant, you have 1 minute to state your business. Oh no, let's not be harsh. We're good, rogue trader. We're trying to be good, to roleplay a good character in a Warhammer 40K universe. Okay, you may speak, but stop shouting at each other. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. I thought that drastic times call for drastic measures, exclaims hotly. This matter cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks on orders to crush the workers' strike by any means necessary. But I'm convinced that this step is unwarranted by actions of one of the senior officers. Vent is almost trembling with tension as she delivers her speech, her face extremely pale. Abelard, in no hurry to intervene, lets out a skeptical huff. Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal Wersarian, and to intervene on what's happening on lower decks, because very soon we'll have a mutiny or a massacre in our hands. She reels off the last words as though she knows them by heart. She has clearly been preparing to say them for some time. When she's finished, she casts an anxious glare at Abelard, then at you. There's an insurrection? There's an insurrection in the making aboard my ship, and no one has informed me. How did all this start? Where does Seneschal Wersarian come into all of this? I don't know. How did all of this start? The situation could boil over at any minute, so I'll give you the condensed version. It all began when the enforcers found a cultist amulet in the body of someone who'd been killed in a drunken brawl. We reported it up the chain immediately, arranged for a cleansing rite to be performed and open an investigation. No heretics have been found alive, but the search has brought tensions between enforcers and workers Okay, there's why nobody informed me? Okay, I would not deem it a problem worthy of a rogue trader's attention. The lower decks, we have sufficient enforcers to deal with it. So Abelard just decided to ignore the problem because it might be rumors and, nothing to worry about because it's like, lower decks feeling rebellious, so what? But on this ship, the word of the Lord Captain carries more weight than a salvo from 100 bolters. I'm sure that if the rogue trader addresses the malcontents directly, she will quell the unrest. Malcontents. Damn, this game has so many words that I don't know. I dread to think what problem you will disturb with the rogue trader with next. Perhaps you will ask the Lord Captain to break up brawls in the mess room. I've already given you the means to resolve this problem. You simply need to use them. If I may, your ladyship, sending a hit squad to crush the rebellion is a means of ignoring the problem, not solving it. Where does Seneschal Wersarian come into all of this? I shall explain. I beg you to hurry, time is running out. I will not hurry, since my competence is under scrutiny. I shall speak for as long as I see fit. Oh my god, the mansplainer at his best. There is an established order to the way things are done on this ship, and one of the pillars of that system is that the rogue trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is the Seneschal's role to ensure that. I have always handled internal problems myself, so of course when I received information about cultists hiding in the lower decks, I took the matter in hand. So long as I live, not one of the vermin who murdered Theodora von Valancius will find refuge on her ship. You were far too heavy-handed. Seneschal Wersarian, arrest, interrogate... Wait, what? Oh, okay, okay. You were okay, okay. She's talking. Sorry, she's talking to Abelard. Arrests, interrogations, mass punishments for entire sectors. It has driven the people to the brink. Vent says bitterly. Now there's a strike on the lower decks in Depot 4, to be precise. 3 workers' clans are involved, but many more are passively supporting them. The situation could degenerate into an all-out insurrection, but when I reported my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit and crush the strike with maximum force. Abelard, what do you have to say to all of this? What is Depot 4? Abelard? I see no need to add anything. I acted within the remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interests of your protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to confirm the rectitude of my actions for yourself, I have no objections. For my part, I urge the Lord Captain to go down to the lower decks, stop the assault unit, and speak directly to the people. You will see that they are not lying or harboring heretics. That way, you will stop the uprising before it begins. Okay, what's a Depot 4? Okay, this matter is not worth the rogue trader's time. Leave the bridge and don't even disturb me again. I'm certain the seneschal was acting within his authority, but I will verify the soundness of his decision for myself. I've heard enough. Okay, I don't want to make Abelard feel bad. I'm going to choose this one. Like, yeah, I trust you, Abelard, but I'm going to check for myself. I'm going to double check. So what's Depot 4? Depot 4 is one of the poorest sectors on the lower decks. It is home to clans of general laborers. They are not as valuable to the ship as the families who have served its specialized system for generations. They're an easily replaceable resource, and one which is now more besides giving succor to cultists and minions of the archenemy. Depot 4 is poor and troubled, but at worst, that means drunken fights and illegal rugged brewing. We have handled the workers of Depot 4 in the past. We would have done so again if the crackdown on Depot 4 hadn't been so harsh. And another important point to bear in mind, the problem is not limited to this sector. It is located on one of the most populated lower decks, and everything that happens there is a knock-on effect on all the neighboring sectors. I wonder how many people work and live on this ship. Like, we're talking thousands? Hundreds of thousands? I am sure they mentioned it, but I forgot. Okay, Seneschal is a good boy, but I'm going to check anyway. Throne preserve you, Lord Captain. I thank you for your support. Ugh. And an enterprise bordering on the sophomoric, but please yourself, Lord Captain. However, I categorically insist that I escort. Yes, let's go. Let's see what it's all about. We're trying to be good. Oh, see, we don't have all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 party members. I mean, including the main character. So we don't have any more people. I hope to find them in my travels soon. Yeah, I'm taking everyone. Oh no! They're throwing shit at Abelard. Look who it is. It's the seneschal. Well, I don't know if it's poison or poop or poison poop. Abelard reflexively wipes the sweat from his brow in a startlingly human gesture. Oh, startlingly human gesture, because usually he's like a fucking robot. And a telling one, a rare moment when he allows his age and wariness to show through his armor-like veneer of self-assurance. The lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I dearly regret that we cannot replace all the locals with servitors. Did you hear? They were shouting your name. The people dare to disrespect a senior officer. Let's keep moving. We need to get to the bottom of this. Did you hear? They were shouting your name. Okay, of course they were. The organization of the daily routine life of the ship rests upon my shoulders, the mountain of challenges and problems from which I endeavor to insulate you, Lord Captain. The situation on the lower decks has been a cause for concern. I have intervened personally on more than one occasion. That must be why they remember me. They do not know your face. To them, you're akin to a creature of legend, one who has stood on the steps of Golden Throne, no less, whereas I am the man whose name is attached to every order docking rations or lowering a base heating. The Golden Throne of Terra, an arcane cybernetic artifact that encases the God Emperor's physical remains entire and preserves them using stasis fields inside. Oh, that's what. Okay. That's where the God Emperor sits. I mean, what's left of him. God Emperor used to be a daddy back in the day, but now he looks more like a ghoul than a daddy. He's a ghoul daddy. So the Golden Throne is where he is preserved, where he resides. The people dare to disrespect a senior officer. They would not have the chance to express such disrespect if we were not here and if the situation had been dealt with by irrelevant officers, he grimaces. It's a junior officer's worst failing to pass problem up the chain of command. I've never been able to abide it. I shall say it again. It was a mistake to come here on Lieutenant Vent's whim, Lord Captain. I must admit that the lieutenant is by no means the worst material for an officer, adds peevishly. But in the name of Terra, the girl is the same age as my eldest great-granddaughter. Oh, damn, he has grandchildren too! I thought he only talked about grandchildren. Oh, shit. Dude, you're old! Oh my god, he's like 200 years old or something. Okay, I thought he was like 90 years old. I think he's way more than that. So the Terra, oh it's Terra. What's her name? Vent, right? Vent is the same age as his eldest great-granddaughter, and she has the gall to tell me how to manage the lower decks and hunt down cultists. It will be another 20 years at least before she can be trusted to act without oversight. Let's keep going. Again, wow, nobles from the upper decks down here to see us. Something resembles a nest made out of thermal insulation material. This must be where the workers sleep between shifts. I mean, it looks like a bed.
I know how to take risks.
I know. Yeah, we know how you can take those calculated risks. Lower deck rabble. Resting. Yeah, I'm not sure where we need to be going.
Is there money to be made?
Not on the lower decks, lady.
What do we have here?
Container that can be seen beyond the massive bars. Perhaps examining the pipe will allow to reach it. Oh. Ah, there we go.
Let us not dawdle.
How do I... Should we go down or something? I don't understand. I was born in this sector and it looks like I'll die here too. Yeah, I mean... That's true. Sorry to tell.
I always keep my options open.
Why it shows me the valve but doesn't let me do anything with it? Oh, there are valves all over this place. Okay. It's not just that one valve. Yes, bow before me.
I always have a backup plan.
A Vrilla vent. The sound of a heated discussion reverberate through the ship's base. Lieutenant Vrilla Vent of the ship's enforcers is bearing the path of a heavily built assault unit officer, and judging by their expressions and tone, the standoff has dragged on for some time already and has now reached boiling point. I have my orders to put an end to the unrest and purge this sector. You can take your orders and shove them. This is my deck and my sector. There are only 3 people who can waltz in here without my express permission. The first officer, the rogue trader, and the Emperor himself. So now all my lessons fall on deaf ears. Abelard mutters in crabby approval. He does not clarify whether he means Lieutenant Vent, the officer looming over her, or both. Okay, oh, your ladyship, noticing you, the 2 junior officers snap to attention and salute their subordinates, following suit a moment later. What's the situation? We encountered some locals on our way here. Their conduct was outrageous. They even tried throwing things at us. I want to speak to the strikers. I gave the assault unit permission to open fire. No, we'll crush the seeds of the... No! What's the situation? Your ladyship... My people have locked down the bay where the strikers are, including their leaders. We have the situation under control as far as resources allow. We encounter some locals. The people are getting desperate, clearly. They saw the assault unit and they decided they had nothing left to lose. I mean, I apologize, Lord Captain. It is outrageous. I'm sure people simply didn't recognize you. It wouldn't have occurred otherwise. We will deal with them once the current situation is resolved. Is that all you have to say? Are you sure you're worthy of an officer's rank, Lieutenant Vent? Yeah, sure, why not? Pales slightly but straightens up and clips out. Forgive me, Lord Captain. I will take steps to ensure such a thing does not happen again. Okay, I want to speak with the strikers. Like, what? You what, mate? Right, you are, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck. Hope gleams in her eyes. Yeah, I thought this was like an elevator or something.
Keep your wits about you.
No, that's just a...
Let's not waste time with
just a
pleasantries.
wall. But I don't want to go there too early. Wow. Huge pipes, the arteries of the ship run through many bays, delivering air, water, heat, and the propulsive force of steam. Galvanic hazard. Keep out. Restricted area. Imagine we start shooting in here. I'm gonna blow the whole thing up. Yeah, I guess we explored everything in this area, so let's go. Let's go forth. Look at these savages. Now, I don't know if I want to speak to them. Okay. Okay. Let's talk to these
top or get left
to
in
these
the dust.
peasants. Our children are freezing. We're done. Nothing wrong, and we're being punished. Dozen pairs of eyes stare apprehensively at you. The people before you are typical inhabitants of the lower decks. You take in their simple clothing, crude weapons, and faces that display varying levels of mutation, from the barely discernible to the strange, to the outright grotesque. Oh. They have, like, these people have mutations too. I never really noticed anything or like heard anything about mutations before. This is so difficult. It's like, it reminds me of the times I played Tyranny. Like, I want it to be good. I always do my first playthrough as like a, you know, maybe not a chaotic good character, but like more of a neutral good, sometimes somewhere a lawful good. Like, it can go down to neutral, but never an evil one. And in here, everything is so evil. The options are so evil. So I tried to pick the you know, the less evil the less evil ones. I know that this is not the place for any goodness. But I try. I don't know. Maybe this is gonna bite me in the ass. All my good choices are, you know, are gonna make my life more difficult. Probably. But I still want to try. I know this is not the Warhammer 40K ways, but... Rivet, a whisper passes through the crowd, and you detect a mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy in their reactions. Finally, 3 people break away from the crowd, an elderly woman and 2 men. These must be the leaders. They bow clumsily before you. Lord Captain, you have come down to us. Tell me what is troubling you. Why are you striking? We were attacked on our way here. How do you explain that? Okay, why are you striking? Striking? That's news to us, your ladyship, says a tall, thin man in worker's garb. All we're doing is asking questions, saying what we think. Having an opinion? Heretics! Burn them! Shut up, Rivet, snaps the old woman, who turns her hostile dark eyes on you. Here's the deal, your ladyship. Your damned enforcers are all over us down here. They say they're looking for cultists. One wrong word, and they're reaching for their batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating to whole bays for weeks at a time, so we get sick and freeze. In my clan, 2 little ones died from inflammation in their lungs, all because of these enforcers. The old woman spits on the floor and rubs the spittle with her toe of her worn-out shoe. Argenta does not interrupt the workers, but you see the sadness well in her eyes when the children's deaths are mentioned. She quietly whispers a requiem prayer and makes a sign over herself. It's all true. Vent is the only enforcer officer who stood up for us. It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks and who grew up amidships and has no fellow feeling towards us. The grim man with a scarred face throws up his arms. Your ladyship, we're no villains here. We're honest workers, your servants. We've plotted no disorder. We went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed at us. All we're doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace without being harassed. The persecution started apropos of nothing, you say? I was told that one of you was found in a possession of a cultist amulet and that there are heretics hiding here. Abelard, do you have anything to add? We were attacked on the way here. How to explain this? What changes do you want? Okay, what about the accusations of heresy? A cultist amulet? What's that? The gewgaw they found in the dead drunkard? If it was something evil or forbidden, we surely didn't know. The enforcers just said they were looking for heretics among us, and anyone obstructing their investigation would be punished. But how could there be heretics here? We know our own people. There have been no new faces around. Definitely not. And if there were, would be the first to report them. As for this amulet, or whatever it is, they took it off a dead body. There are no cultists still breathing in our sector, that's for sure. But when that fight broke out, some enterprising folks looted the bodies. The boots they came back with. Nobody's ever tread these decks in boots so fine, I can tell you that. Seems to me these cultists have better commanders than us. Huh. Oh yeah, those boots were really fine, and there was no harm in taking them, right? As for an amulet, it must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We don't need any amulets around here. We'll worship the Emperor, and when we're working, we bow down before the machine spirit of the large and small transformers, and the servo motor the same way my grandfather was taught 100 years ago by tech priests who came calling. Believe us, your ladyship, we're people of faith. Naive children, weren't you taught from the early age about the dangers of the arch-enemy's creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object could be one of them? We were told, Holy Sister, but it was a long ago. The last time we saw a confessor in our sector, it was just after I'd hid my third little one. Had, not hid. That is regrettable, but you cannot lay the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of the Holy Fathers. How will you blame when beasts crawl out of those amulets you stole from the heretics? The Holy Father who was not here, or the scavenger who brought evil down on himself and his neighbors? Abelard, anything to add? I authorize to use all of the necessary measures to locate chaos worshippers hiding in this sector. The specific steps taken by the officers were not reported to me. Frowns clearly disgruntled and at having to explain himself in the workers' presence. Nevertheless, I am certain that their actions were justified. Cultists are no drunken stevedores. They are the enemy and a threat to the ship. Neutralizing them demands decisive action. We were attacked on the way down here. How to explain that? Here's an explanation for you. The people have been pushed to their limit, and now they're lashing out. As if we don't know why these top deck units are being sent down here, like that one there that the lieutenant won't let past. Our clans are all inside the bay that's been sealed off, but the lower decks are big. I'm sure there are some people who had just about enough. We're getting out from all sides. The soldiers have encircled the ones who've risen up. A death squad has just arrived. It's no wonder folks are lashing out. Awareness test succeeded. Their words seem sincere to you. Their body language and the glances traded between them reveal that the news of the attack has shocked them. I mean, I kind of believe them too, even without the awareness test. Or I want to believe them. Okay, what changes do you want? Would you look at this? The exalted Lord Captain herself is asking us bilge rats what we want. Okay, like, oh, what the fuck? This old bitch is humoring me now. Well, here's what. We want you to rein in your damned enforcers, to quit turning off the heat and stop battering everything that moves. No, that's not it. We want the enforcers gone from here, and we want to be armed. Give us arms, and we'll... What the fuck? We'll govern ourselves? We'll defend ourselves, and if these cultists do show their faces? I've been the leader of my clan for 20 years now. Getting rid of these club-wielding thugs can only improve things around here. Huh? Are you for realsies? You've gone too far, old man. Yeah, let's get you to bed. They'll never let the maggots on the lower decks live without the enforcers beating down their necks. They'll probably even insist on forces on the upper decks too. As for weapons, what do we need them for? Before the days out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbors out of stupidity or drunkenness. We don't need that. If the enforcers stop hassling us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultists' bodies, and we'll talk to them, one lower decker to another. If there are any more of those damn amulets about, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves. So what path are you choosing? I think so. I think like giving them weapons would be the heretical path. Like wiping them out would be the dogmatic one, right? I can't remember. Is it called dogmatic? And the one that I want to go for is probably gonna be iconoclast. Yeah, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Iconoclast. You speak for yourself and your clan. I'll speak for me and mine. I don't want empty gestures. I want real child. What the fuck? Shut the fuck up! I'm gonna kill her. I don't need people like this. I want real change. Do you know who you're talking to? They'll promise us the world now, but as soon as the anointed one turns back, these brutes will be on us even harder than before. All because we dare to speak out. Like, you're making it worse. Rivet, the tall worker's eyes dart between the two arguing leaders. Every few seconds, he opens his mouth as if planning to agree, but each time he falls silent, simply making a few vague noises of approval. Aww. Thoughts, Abelard? Coercion. Spreading anarchy on the ship is the first step toward embracing chaos. Putting weapons into untrained hands would be even worse. What's more, the enforcers are needed to maintain oversight and order. Withdraw those demands and we will consider the rest. Fine, I'll give the order for the enforcers to be withdrawn from this sector and you will be given weapons. What the fuck? No. You have failed to convince me of your trustworthiness. Everyone who was involved will be eliminated. Oh my god. Can you save mid-dialogue? Ah, shit, you can't. Damn it, this is not Baldur's Gate 3. Can't save scum. For fun. Okay, what about Daddy Abelard, what he thinks? The story about going scavenging for boots and accidentally picking up a heretical amulet doesn't convince me. These people were moments away from rebelling and possibly becoming minions of the archenemy. Archenemy. I keep saying archenemy for some reason. Archenemy. We must not give them what they want, even if they did acquire something innocently, purely out of their own stupidity. That does not mean they are not tainted with corruption. What begins as a petty thievery can turn into a far graver problem. I have seen it before. His face darkens momentarily. In my second war, there was a sergeant of the Imperial Guard regiment that was stationed nearby. The sergeant took an ordinary pocket knife from the body of a heretic, and his whole unit lost their lives for it. When they finally managed to break into the barracks, they found not a single survivor. Only the pocket knife, which had grown through all the rows of beds like a metal-choking vine. So when it comes to scavengers, malcontents, strikers, or whatever, they'll turn into next. My verdict is simple. Give them no quarter. Okay, I will go with the coercion. Yeah. Like, you're not getting anything, people, but we're still up to, you know, Communication. Coercion text succeeded! The tall worker they call Rivet shrugs and casts a sidelong look at the old woman. Old Nan, listen. The Lord Captain herself has come down to us and is offering concessions. And I don't know a single person in the whole Debafu who's ever stood next to the rogue trader, let alone talk to them. Back down. Now's not the time for you to be a stubborn old crone. We can just execute the old chick. And, you know, and that's gonna be the end of the problem. Listen to us, old Nan. The 3 clans of Depot 4 ought to act as one. We've made our minds up. It's your turn to decide. Don't ask them to disband the officers or give us weapons. We don't need any of that. The old woman hisses in dissatisfaction. You two are ganging up on me. Is that it? So brave you're against an old woman. But I'll shut up. I will indeed. I won't go against 2 clan leaders on my own. If you want to make peace with the enforcers, make your peace. That's great! Just fantastic! Lord Captain, we all agreed! Yay! Oh my god, happy ending! Why you ate an alien? Then it's decided the persecution will stop, and I will expect you to assist in locating any remaining amulets or weapons left by the cultists. If you have failed... Oh, you have failed to convince... No, this one. Thank you, ladyship. You have not abandoned us. Lower deckers, you came yourself and settled everything. I'll tell my grandchildren about this. Oh my god. Of course, your ladyship will root out any nasty business faster than the enforcers and will leave no stone unturned. Yay! I'm so proud of ourselves. Wait, what? Oh, okay. So let's go over here, I guess. Let's explore the rest.
I always keep my options
Would you look
open.
at that? The whispers told me how.
The god shows that the steam pressure in this pipe is close to the maximum. However... What? I didn't read. Did we fix it?
I know how to take risks.
Oh, goods. Yeah, like these people. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take everything. I'm sorry. I know that you're poor.
I always have a backup plan.
Nothing is happening. Perhaps turning a different valve would work. Oh, so we need to, what, turn a bunch of valves now? All the valves that we see.
Is there money to be made?
What? I have an urgent matter to discuss with the Lord Captain. Please give us a moment. What? Abelard. Stepping unexpectedly. Abelard imperiously dismisses the unit to stand at a distance and addresses your other companions, saying, okay. What? Well, are you pleased with your investigation? Investigation, Lord Captain? Looks at you, and his last vestiges of restraint vanish. You, kowtowed. Like, what's this word? Kowtowed? Kowtowed? What does that even mean? To the disloyal rabble. You believed their lies and showed them leniency next time the ship is attacked by cultists. That rabble will become them, and with open arms. Oh, we'll welcome them in. We'll welcome them in with open arms and allow them to wreak whatever havoc. Oh my god, I feel so stupid. They gave in. Bend the knee. Okay. Bend the knee. Wreak havoc. Because they see you as a weak leader. Thank you. I said rake. English doesn't make any sense. Why not just write it as reek? Like that. Wreak. Havoc. Okay, I'm a weak leader. Is that how you see your future at the helm of the Von Valancius Protectorate? Do not speak to your Lord Captain in that tone. Why are you so angry? I solved the problem. I solved the problem. There is some truth in to your criticism. Let's talk about your role in all of this instead. You allowed this revolt to happen. Your actions practically guaranteed it would. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, right back at you, Abelard. Yeah, what about you? What about you? I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene. Remember, Lord Captain Theodora, do you think she ever set one slippered foot on the lower decks? No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers, while she dedicated herself to the grand designs for the Protectorate, as any true strategist and rogue trader ought. Maybe if Theodora had spent more time on the trifling matters, she wouldn't have wound up dead. There's a new Lord Captain aboard this ship now, and I will not repeat her mistake. I would be only too willing to trust in my seneschal and not fill my head with such matters, but the situation has spiraled out of your control, Abelard. Give me a reason why I should continue listening to your advice and trusting your judgment. Right now, I don't see any. I can't be this mean to Daddy. I can't be this mean. Okay, let's not speak ill about Theodora either. Yeah, like the situation spiraled out of your control. I'm sorry. His face is relaxed slightly. Oh yes, I'm right. Fuck yeah. At least as concerns junior officers making complaints directly to you. And Abelard stands straight at attention. I lost my temper, Lord Captain, and I believe I ought to explain myself. Noise! Speak slowly, the words not coming easily to him. The prosperity of the Von Valancius Protectorate is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperial Navy for the chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw in Lord Captain Theodora's deeds the sign of true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds. They create order out of anarchy. That creative impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military. So I left behind everything I had known, everything my family had known. I come from a long line of officers, and I embarked upon this incredibly reckless venture. Lord Captain Theodora entrusted me with all the concerns she had no time for. She would go off on her flagship for long periods to distant frontiers on scouting voyages, and the advancement of the entire Protectorate rested on my shoulders. And then suddenly everything that had been built for years and years began to quake, rattling like a flimsy hangar on a seismically active world. One of the senior officers betrayed us all. The rogue trader was killed, and who knows what is happening on the planets. I tell you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All this has come as a grievous blow to me. I am not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you, to find your footing as quickly as possible. And to do that, I must insulate you from problems that in the past have been dealt with by tried and tested procedures set out in the ship's regulations, procedures that were established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades, cannot suddenly be deemed access to requirements. Theodora trusted in established procedures, and she died. I won't make the same mistake. If you want to keep building the future of the Von Valancius Protectorate with me, stop living in the past. Oh my god! Oh my god. I understand. But you need to learn how to respect me as your Lord Captain and Rogue Trader. Accept it and start living in the new world. A world where Theodora is gone and where you and I have new decisions to make. The prosperity of the Von Valancius Protectorate is just as important to me. You are the only person who has comprehensive knowledge of how things are run on this ship. I think in the future I will follow your no. I mean, I will hear them out. But the decision is mine. I value that Theodora created and what Theodora created, and I trust that this situation is an aberration in the ship's otherwise smooth operations. Since the established procedures are working, I see no reason to change them. I've seen plenty of sentiment and handwriting in the recent days, but very little competence. I have no plans to rely on your judgment or your tried and tested procedures in the future. Oh, I don't even know what to tell him. Let's tell him like to stop living in the past, maybe. Like, I appreciate all of his knowledge and his what's it called? Competence, right? And his service, but maybe I want to make things a little bit differently, and he has to respect that as well. Yeah, like one of these. Solemnly inclines and says, yes, Lord Captain. After a moment's silence, he adds, looking at you with interest. Your resolve is admirable and demonstrates strong leadership. I shall remember this moment should my old habits ever begin to creep back in. Okay, nice! Oof, I thought he would be mad at me or, like, you know, upset with me. And now please let us leave the lower decks. If the rogue trader desires to stretch her legs, there are more suitable places. No, but wait! I'm not done! I'm not done!
Fate and fortune.
I'm not done
favor
turning the
bold.
valves. Where's the rest of the people? Where's everybody? Hello? Why they're not in our party? I guess they went out upstairs or something after this dialogue. I think this one. Okay. Oh, there's a door. With more valves. Oh wait, this is the same. Yeah. No, this is not the same. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing. So we have to go around and try all the turning on all the valves that we see. That it. Is it a puzzle? Oh yes, the goods. Guys, we can access the goods now.
That's how it's done.
That was it. Ooh, grenades, charges, multi-keys. Okay, so that's what the puzzle was for, to access this little storage.
Is there money to be made?
Okay, so we were on our way to this place. That's not even a planet, right? It's a like a station or something. That's not even a planet. Like, what's that? What's this? Scan is required. Lord Captain reporting the heralds of the Navis nobility continue to maintain Vox silence, perhaps due to Iraq V or 5. I don't know if it's a V or 5. Being off limits to visitors, we intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. Demands are clear. We're told to turn the ship around immediately. We have also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably, it is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navis nobility house requires aid and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmissions. Contact the station again. I will negotiate personally. Order the auger crew to scan the station. Turn back. No one dares to give me orders. We will not invade a Navis nobility station without first acquiring official approval. Okay, scan. Yes, Lord Captain. The officers from the auger crew perform a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We're able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So question remains, why are the esteemed navigators heralds ignoring us? Contact the station again. I will negotiate personally. I'm sorry, Lord Captain, the station does not reply even after an official greeting by a rogue trader and the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. Our turn back? We will not invade and order the crew to commence docking with this. Yeah, let's go. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you will have to look for the esteemed navigators blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path. Alright. Secrets, explore the station, find answers. The net. Wait. The Navis. Where's it? Where's it? Oh my god. Which one is this? This one? Station is not responding to any signals, but the auger arrays have detected biological signatures. Okay. Needs to recruit a new navigator. Okay. So how do we... Boom? Like this? Begin scan. To check this place out.
You dare to argue with your master?
Looks like a heretic to me.
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed. Confess.
I'm in doubt already.
What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Pelico Celio.
You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
House Orcelio. Deliver your servants from peril. Prayers will not help you, servant of the damned. In the name of House Orcelio, I command you to execute the infidels. Sorry. Not a step further. Master, we have some strange guests on the station. Rude. I'm just going to... I'll tab out of here and yeah, take a break from the game. So... Thank you so much for watching, and a special thanks to our members and Patreon supporters. Bye bye!